Okay, welcome to the 8th video of the 9th BeadALong. There's probably going to be this one and one more, and we should be done. And I'm taking my time with these because this is a long process. Okay, so you're done with your thread. Unless you have a huge amount left and it's in extremely good condition, go ahead and get yourself a new thread. Probably, again, about 4 to 6 feet, depending on how much you can handle. You're going to wrap your dead end around your pinky, and your working end is just going to be hanging loose. Okay, now, one thing is with herringbone, just like with peyote, you do not want any knots. So I'll show you how to do that. Now, I have put up all my 15-0 beads, the small beads, because we don't need them anymore. All we're going to work with is 11s, and my hand was a little sweaty there. If you saw what I just did, I just dragged them out a little bit, and then you tap on them. And what happens is they kind of pop up and stand up for you to be able to pop your needle through. So, herringbone cannot start on its own, and we're going to be doing tubular herringbone. Okay, it is an angled stitch, so it needs what's called foundation. So we're going to do, it's called by several different names. Square stitch is the most common, I believe. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up 4 beads. And as we go to slide them back on, we're going to come back around and we're going to go back through, up the butt. So from the dead tail, the very first ones, 2 of them. And what you're going to end up with, again, I know I cover my work when I pull my thread, but there's that reason so it doesn't tangle, is 2 beads side by side. Okay? Now we're going to pick up 2 more beads. And we're going to go back up through the center beads. Okay, so you have 2 side by side, one that the thread is coming out of, and you're going to go back up through there. And so what's going to happen is now we're going to have a stack of, and sometimes it takes a little bit of laying them down, 3 beads. Now I cannot add any more beads right now because the thread's in the middle. So what I have to do is just move my thread to one of the edges. I don't care if it's the left or the right, whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, so now the thread for me is coming out on the bottom on the right. Okay, I'm going to add 2 more, and we're going to keep doing this until we have 6. So once I put this through, and I'm adding these 2 beads, okay, look at where my thread is. It's coming out of the center again. So I need to move it over again. So I have 4 now. I need to add 2 more. Okay, now I'm going to go up through the bottom because it's coming out the top. So I need to add through the bottom. Okay, I now have a stack of 5 wide. I need to move again because, once again, the thread was in the middle. I cannot add a bead into the middle of the beadwork. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 more, and this will make my 6 sets of 2. So it's not actually 6 beads, but it's 6 sets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I'm going to make a circle. Once again, the thread cannot come out from an inside bead, so I have to move my thread to an outside bead. And if you notice, I keep straightening them up and lining them up. This only happens the first round. Once we get the next row going, it doesn't do this. So I'm now coming out of an end bead. I'm now coming out of an end bead. Okay, I'm going to go back to the first bead. Now if I'm coming out the top, I need to go through the top. If I'm coming out the bottom, I need to go through the bottom, because the goal is now to make a little circle. See how that did that? It closed up the circle. Okay. Now the way it's laying, if you notice, there's kind of an opening here because that one hasn't been fitted in. So I'm going to take my thread and I'm going to move it over here to close up that gap. I am sorry, I keep getting out of the screen. So I'm going to move it over here to close up that gap. And what that does is makes it a solid round. Okay, now I usually kind of roll it around and pull. I'm pulling back here on my pinky, and I'm pulling up here, and I'm rolling it around, and that makes it a little tighter. That is your foundation. Now we get to herringbone. The first row, and only the first row of herringbone, is done through both beads. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick up 4. We're doing what's called 2-drop herringbone. So you're going to pick up 4 blue beads. You see where the thread is coming out right here. Now, you can go from right to left, but this is one of the few stitches that most people work from left to right. I don't know why it works that way, but it does. If your thread is coming out of here, you need to go to the next set and go all the way down. And what this helps do is, first off, reinforce this. Okay, some people try and split it, but it reinforces the base beads. And it also gives you a good, strong foundation for the next sets of rows. So you went through all 2, and you're going to come back up the next ones to the left. Again, one of the few stitches we're actually working from the left to the right. Okay, when I pull this tight, you will see that there's 4, but there's 2 stitches right here. And they're kind of tilted. That's okay, leave them alone, just pull them tight. I'm going to pick up 2 more. Okay, when I say 2, I actually mean 4. You're picking up 2 stitches, and each stitch has 2. This is a stitch, and this is a stitch. Okay, I'm going to go down to the one just left of where the thread's coming out, and then go back up just left to where you went in. Again, going through all the base beads when you do that. There's your second stack. Okay, pick up 4, which is 2 stitches of 2 each. Okay, we're going to go down. Now this time when we come up, we're going to go all the way up. So you will be going up 4 beads, and I'm going to show you when I pull it tight here. Okay, so you went down, and when you come back up, you will go up the 2 base beads and the 2 from the next stitch and come out the top. And what it'll look like is 3 little stacks. Okay, so now, from now on, no matter what color you're using, no matter what combination you're using, this is what you do from now on. Pick up 2 beads, or two sets, so 4 beads. Okay, you're going to go down to the left, just 1 bead, and back up 1 to the left. Okay, that makes your stack. Pick up 2 more sets, so 4 beads. You're going to go down to the left of where the thread's coming out and go back up to the left of where the thread's coming out. Okay, you've done 2 sets of stitches. Pick up 1 more set, which is 4 beads. You're going to go down to the left. Now, to move over, you would do the same thing, which is pick up the one to the left, but you have to move up a row. So you're going to actually go all 3 of these beads. So this is the one you would normally pick up as you're coming around, but because we now to move to the next level, we have to pick up these 2. So now when we pull this tight, remember we had those little florets coming out. Okay, I'm going to pull it tight, and we still have them, but now they're taller, and the ones below are now connected. When you go to tighten up, what I always do is wherever my thread is coming out, the stitch before it, I pull. See how I'm using my fingernails? I pull up and then pull tight. Okay, I'm going to do a white set just so you can see. So 4 beads. Okay, if you were doing single drop, you'd only be picking up 2, but we're doing 2 stitches, and each stitch has 2 beads in it. Okay, so you're going to go down to the row on the left, back up to the row on the left. Okay, we're going to pick up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 2 sets. We're going to go down to the left and up to the left. Okay, 2 more. We're going to go down to the left and up to the left, but because I'm done with this row, I'm also going to move up 2, okay, to start the next row. All right, now, and see how I pulled back on that one, and if they're not lining up, sometimes rolling them in your fingers will help. You need to keep good tight tension. I'm going to go ahead and do some. You can do as many beads as you want of white and blue. You could do it all blue. You could do it all white, however you want to do your strap. Combinations look really good, like say 6 blues, so 3 sets, and then 2 whites. Or 6, 6, 6, however you, well, probably wouldn't want to do that one. 3, 3, 3, 3 sets. However you want to do them. So you're going to continue on until you are done with your herringbone strap, and at that point you're going to start your next video, and I'll show you how to end the strap, how to tuck your tail, your dead tail, and how to glue in the ends. I'll see you then.